Hello, I'm Caitlin Glass, English voice director for the dub of Solo Leveling, here today to follow up on my last video where we talked about the language barrier in some of the episodes. First question is, why not just use the seiyuu's performance as Goto in those scenes? Well, I'll tell you why. There are a couple of reasons, actually. Namely, we don't have permission to use the seiyuu's performance in the English dub, for one thing. For two, or second reason, whatever, he's speaking Japanese and so is Hanekawa, like at the same time, but just off pace a little bit. So we wouldn't have a way to isolate and use just his. And then the third reason is I want it to blend really well. I think that Chris Waycamp is a great choice for this role as far as like a comparison to the Japanese seiyuu, but ultimately it would just sound better if the Japanese was coming out of his vocal cords, out of his mouth and face. So that's why we did it that way. I think it turned out great. Here's another question. Why not just let the translator talk more instead of hearing him speak more in Japanese? That is because we cannot really change the intention of the original to begin with. And in their version, she disappears. So in our version, she should disappear as well. Sorry, Hanekawa. Last question is right here and basically says, why did we fail so much at the introduction of Ilhwan Sung, Chinu's father? Well, I don't think we failed, for one thing, but thanks for your question. I think I know what you mean. What we ran into as English speakers trying to do that scene is the same situation that the Japanese ran into when they when they had to animate the interpreter scene in episode 20. What do you do when the people that are speaking are supposed to be from different countries and yet they are already speaking the same language? So what do you do when this Korean man who in the dub speaks English rolls up into America and where they already speak English and there's supposed to be a language barrier? So there are a couple of ways that this exact problem has been approached in many anime. One of the ways we handle it, if possible, we make the American or the English speaker be from somewhere else so that in the dub, they can speak French or they can speak Spanish if the point of the scene is just that, hey, they don't speak the same language. But that won't work here in the episode with Ilhwan because he has to be in America. It's part of the plot that he, crawls out of his gate. Oh, it's America. The other thing, in that moment in Japanese, Ilhwan speaks English to the guy who has a name. His name's James. We decided to go with just fear. James is just so terrified because Ilhwan is like a beast of a man. No human should just come out of a gate. They're not expecting that at all. And then no magic beast should be able to speak in a language that a human person can understand. So he thinks this guy's a beast, but oh my gosh, he speaks English. What's going on? So he's just like losing his mind. And the fact that Ilhwan speaks to him in English very slowly, like he's trying to get him to understand. Therefore, I do not think we failed in the least. I think it went great. And yeah, appreciate you guys. Take care.